Well, that was fun. Not really. So I just got off the live stream about a couple of minutes ago, after which we tested this cube thing for like a good 2 hours. And the first thing I'm gonna say is, I was wrong. In my last video, I made a pretty confident proclamation that you cannot fly with sulfur cubes in survival mode because this machine will not allow you to reach the sulfur cube with a spear. This does not work in survival. After which I received numerous responses on Reddit and on YouTube telling me that there is a way to do this. And even from Puginator themselves. I want to thank all of you guys for helping me out. This is exactly why I love the community here so much. We try to be as informative as fun as possible here. Do subscribe. So you in fact can fly with the sulfur cube in survival mode on Bedrock Edition. Alright, so this is the spear, this is the sulfur cube. I'm on Bedrock Edition. Here we go. So as you can see, it doesn't quite work. However, now we are going to elevate ourselves just a little bit so that the cube won't fall immediately. And now watch. It works! So the only thing that you have to do is elevate both the sulfur cube and yourself just a little bit above the ground so that you can aim at the bottom. That is what I dismissed, and now I'd like to debunk myself again a day later because we now have a Java snapshot, which has now introduced sulfur cubes into Java Edition. This was the one thing that I was so worried about when I made that video. I really hope that all of this stuff would translate to Java. Well, I'm going to go through what the changes are on Java Edition because there are quite a few. But the first thing we're going to do is demonstrate what we demonstrated in that Bedrock Edition video. So first of all, you cannot put honey blocks and slime blocks inside this thing. Nah, you can't. No sir, the only sticky block you can put inside is now the honeycomb block. What? And so you can force the issue by using that, but it won't do anything specifically. It's just a resistant block. Anything that's not meant to be in there, it will just be resistant. And there's your honey block as well. I'm assuming the reason you can't do that is because it just looks weird. Anyway, there's your honeycomb block. What are you doing? Okay, well, let's leash him. We're gonna carry him all the way to the void. So this is the zip lining technique. And then we're gonna make it try to stick to the bottom of this block. And if we descend, you can see the sulfur cube no longer sticks to the ceiling. In fact, I don't believe the zip lining technique even matters anymore because these are the official patch notes for the Java Edition snapshot. You can see there are two special archetypes. There's high resistance, which is the soul sand and soul soil, but there's also sticky. All it suggests is that it sticks with extremely high ground friction, and that's it. Doesn't say anything about sticking to ceilings anymore. We'll receive way more clarity when the snapshots get fleshed out. They're still able to make changes, but it doesn't look really promising at the moment. Alright, you can keep vibing. I've got no problem with that. Wind burst does not work on Java Edition either. So that's two things that the Java snapshots do not carry over from Bedrock Edition. So you can't really jump and carry yourself vertically. This is completely useless now for parkour purposes. There's no flying tech here either. Alright, so they've cancelled out wind burst. They've also cancelled out zip lining. Let's test out spear mechanics. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. It doesn't work. It doesn't. You can't do it. All three fun little transportation techniques do not work with the sulfur cube. So it seems like the problem is the leash mechanics are different. We tried this a lot with different blocks. You can leave more suggestions in the comments if you wish to. The differences in feature behaviors between both editions is what is causing this to happen. You can try it in creative mode. It still somewhat works. But because the distances between leashed entities on Java Edition appear greater, it means you're hitting this cube like once every 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds. But as for right now, it seems like you cannot fly with this cube anymore. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. So as you'll note here, cave spiders now spawn in the sulfur caves. Big surprise, right? That all but confirms that this thing here is the cave spider. This is what that was meant to be. Forget it. Don't even try. It's just funny how they like put 6 legs on it instead of 8. They just changed it immediately and they're like, yeah, we made a mistake. I'm sorry. It's meant to be a spider. There we go. It's dangerous now. This biome is dangerous. Also, I tested this out once again. If you put an observer block next to this block and you change it, it does not output anything here, which is really odd, but it is what it is, I guess. Also, these things register with strength, so if you put a block inside and you punch it now, it just goes flying. So it is strength related. Also, it does register where you hit it, so if you hit it from this corner, it goes that way, which also makes it more difficult to do that flying machine once again. He's still vibing. I just noticed the bounciness tag. I should probably play around with this at some point. Make everything bouncy. That's interesting. You can change that. There are a lot of fun things you can do with the Sulfur Cube. Actually, what I will say is that a lot of the extra fun things you can do with the Sulfur Cube is entirely in creative mode. So like, you can just put a grass block in there. There's your honey block again. It's just got a little birthmark. Chest, anvil, player head. It's facing that way. Wax slightly where the cut copper stairs. You can throw an invis pod at it and it will just go away. So there's your giant staircase. But in survival mode, as it seems right now, all you get is just a ball. These are features that we can only ask them to add in later on. But in all honesty, it was something that we just discovered. It's not something they intended. Let's petition Mojang, huh?